Hey movie lovers, I'm Alan.
And I'm Oliver.
Welcome to Real Movie Grid.
Today we're going to do the spoiler-filled, full-length discussion on Rampage.
Rampage. So if you haven't seen the movie yet, go ahead and click on our iCard above for the no spoilers review. Rampage, want to just start at the top here?
Yeah, let's start at the top. So screenplay, script, story arc. I thought the movie was a 2, and I don't say that as a bad thing, like I normally would in a lot of other cases. I thought it was below average, but I didn't think it was bad. And for a movie, which I'm going to kind of skip ahead a little bit here, but that's based off of a video game with almost no content to create anything from to begin with, I think they delivered a good job of giving us a passable plot where some of the lines weren't written with as much impact as they could have been. But yeah,
right. They weren't written there. They were delivered with whatever the actors had, and that's not what the problem was. They tried to write some memorable lines that didn't work, and then they had other lines that, the serious parts they weren't as serious. They just weren't written as seriously or as thoughtfully.
Yeah.
It's like they couldn't, on the script, they couldn't decide which way to go. Which, I mean, to give them credit, they didn't have much to go from because it's a video game where you just move sideways on a screen and destroy a city.
Yeah. Now, some people can make an argument from there that if you don't have any material to work with, then you have all the room in the world to make a great plot. But let's be real here. It's a monster movie where they blow things up. That's not really what you're trying to get at when you make a movie like this. And to capture the feel of the video game, I think you really do have to emphasize the monsters running around the streets and blowing stuff up. So it's a forgivable 2 in the screenplay category.
Agreed. Yeah. Pace, timing. For me, in the beginning, I felt like it went a little quick, and then I feel like they slowed it down a little too much as the movie went on. We quickly got to. Now we have big monsters, and then we quickly introduced all the characters, and then it went pretty slow, and then we were in the final fight at the end. We were in that for
a long time,
an extended period of time.
Yeah, movie was what, an hour and 55 minutes.
Sounds good.
I think that movie was about 10 minutes too long. That's my opinion. I think you're right, though, that they could have probably shaved off some time at the end to maybe speed up that pacing. I give it a 3. Was average.
Average, yeah. Casting and performance. So I said in the last one, I gave it a 5-1, so I gave it a 4. There's really only one person I thought was poorly cast and really doesn't need to be cast in anything but Frat House. The Jake Lacey, he plays a frat boy. He doesn't play it well. He has no range. They could have picked anyone, man or woman, to play the role that he was in it. He played the business person who's dumb and doesn't care how they get their money. Mm-hmm. And then he was supposed to realize, there are more important things than money at the end, and he didn't convey that well.
No. He did kind of come off like a Disney villain. That wacky, silly kids movie version of a villain. So I have a couple things to say about casting and dialogue. So I'm not sure if my problem with some of the casting and dialogue. I gave it a 3, by the way, so I gave it average. I thought some of the actors were stellar. I thought, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Joe Manganiello. Manganiello.
Whatever, he's from Mount Lebo, so.
Yeah. I thought they were fantastic, and they were fun, and they gave us both, like, the serious stuff and the hilarious stuff in a movie like this.
It sucked when he died early. It was almost a cameo.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, Naomi Harris, right? You have a character here where if you go back to other like monster style movies or big blockbusters that aren't meant to be taken too seriously, one of my favorites being Armageddon, you have a cast of a lot of supporting actors who are each willing to give it their own character. I feel like Naomi Harris, either through editing, her own acting choice, or just the casting, wasn't able to give us that. Like, she didn't give us anything beyond just being a supporting actress. Same thing with, like, PJ Byrne. Same thing that happened with him. So, going back to Naomi, I feel like had her role been filled by a female comedian, so it could have been freaking Tina Fey, Leslie Jones. We could go older. We could have gone, like, Whoopi Goldberg.
Which I completely disagree because it would change the movie.
It would change the movie, but it would the character Mindy Kaling. I was thinking through like different female comedians, and they would have brought a character that could have delivered some of those one-liners that we talked about in the script, to where they would have she would have been able to elevate the one-liners to something that stands out, as opposed to something that just a word to pass the time to get us to the next part of the script.
Yeah, there are a lot of things that she said were just part of the conversation, but I really think that she supported Dwayne Johnson well.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think that's what she was there for. I think they cast her to do that.
I know, but I hate that she wasn't memorable because of that. Like, I'm remembering her because it bothered me that I didn't get more from her, I guess.
Well, when you're directing a movie, then you can pull it out.
All right. Okay. Moving on. Cinematography, camera work, editing.
I mean, overall, I thought it was awesome. Especially, we did Pacific Rim a couple weeks ago, and it was atrocious CGI. This movie, on a whole, it was great, with the exception of like two seconds, pretty close to each other. There's the deer that ran through the forest, which I don't know why people can't make CGI deer. It's ridiculous. Yeah. We had the Ring 2 or whatever back in 2003 or 2004 that they had an awful deer in that one. And now here we are 15 some odd years later and they still can't make deer.
I love that you remember specifically how bad CGI deer are in different movies and which movies they came from.
Because they put them in a lot of movies, which there are deer everywhere. I feel like they could get real deer to do those things. They don't need to make them CGI, and they don't do them well.
Do deer have to be in the Screen Actors Guild?
That might be the problem. They ask for too much. And then that helicopter crash right after we saw the deer was done pretty poorly. But other than that, I mean, everything looked really good. I do have one question, though. Albino animals, usually they have red eyes, don't they?
Yes, they do. Didn't have red eyes.
No,
they're trying to humanize him a little bit.
All right.
Yeah, but you're right. I didn't notice that, but now that I think about it, it's like, wow, okay. I should have noticed that, but oh well. We'll let it slide. Audio, I thought the movie was a little loud.
It's a monster movie where things are crashing around.
I know, but you can still give it moments where it's not just bending metal and explosions. Like, all the times where it's not, I still felt like it was just loud. Like they were just filling the screen with noise.
I didn't have that feeling. I thought it was pretty good.
Okay. It's just my opinion. I gave it a 2 for it.
Very well.
Wow and Satisfaction. What do you think?
Did we skip design?
No, you talked about design. All the CGI stuff.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I want to throw one thing in there. They had the Bronco, the concept Bronco.
Yeah, that was cool.
It was pretty cool. They definitely will not have that exhaust in the real one, but it was loud. Yeah, okay. Dang, I noticed that, so that might convince me that I should have taken the audio down one.
Yeah, well, it's just one of those things where it's like, even when it was just a car drive, like a regular person's car driving,
yeah,
it was like,
the exhaust shouldn't have been that loud.
It was like, okay. Let's tone down that sound a little bit.
Yeah. All right. So, WoW. I thought it was an average WoW. It was pretty much what I expected from the previews.
Mm-hmm. I gave it a 4 in WoW just because I thought I was smiling most of the time, and I was like, hey, I'm really enjoying this. I don't think this is like, this is not Oscar worthy by any means.
No.
I'm having a good time. So
I think I would have given it a higher WoW if I would have been more satisfied if there was there wasn't any scenes that were like, wow, that was awesome. The wolf flew, right? If they would have not put the flying wolf in the previews, that might have amped the WoW up for me.
Yeah, definitely.
And if the alligator wasn't there.
Yeah.
If they didn't show him till the end of the movie, they could have waited until the movie to show us that. That might have amped up my WoW. Right. And my wow also might have gone up if some of those lines were memorable. There's not a memorable line from the movie.
That's fair.
So that's my wow's average.
Okay. I guess it just definitely for me it was just really just a measure of like, hey, I enjoyed sitting through the seat through that movie. It was a longer movie for the type of movie that it is, and it held my attention.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, genre, I gave it a 5
Yeah,
for
so
genre.
absolutely, I cranked it up to 5 on this one.
Yeah. Video game movies are generally really bad. See Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in Doom.
Oh, I forgot about that one. And we just did a video game movie recently. This was much better than that. What was that?
What video game movie?
I don't know. We were talking about. Dang it.
Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider. Yeah, we just saw Tomb Raider.
Tomb
wow,
Raider was bad.
That was what?
Don't watch
3
Tomb
weeks
Raider.
ago. We forgot it.
Yeah, if you're watching this now and you still haven't seen Tomb Raider but we're thinking about it, don't do it.
Yeah, don't even redbox it. Yeah, and all the other the poor video game movies that stick out in our minds. Assassin's Creed was garbage, and then
Warcraft.
That doesn't. Yeah, Warcraft. That gets zeros. And then Mad Max, where that was a video game. This is a video game movie where they had almost nothing to go on to make a script, and they did a pretty decent job. Mad Max it was a pretty long franchise. They had a lot to go on, and they went completely high in left field, and had nothing to do with the movie. So, yeah, for video games, this is absolutely deserves the 5 that it got.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's about it. Thanks again for watching. Subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, find us on Facebook and Twitter, and join in the comments below and let us know what you think on how we can improve the Real Movie Grade system.
What are you, an auctioneer? Hey, don't forget to watch the playlist to my left. What is Real Movie Grade? It's going to help you better understand the Real Movie Grade system.
Cool.